You can watch that on the way
a little bit here. The atmosphere is, man, the vibe is good. The people are coming. And of course, all of this is possible because of the sponsors that we have. We want to thank a couple of sponsors tonight. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Fred Leonard State Farm, our tailgate sponsor, JRK Printing, of course, our presenting sponsor, the Arkansas Army National Guard, and of course, the Junto Podcast. Happy to be here with you. Thank you to Marion Advertising and Promotions for that.
Junior state representative. AFC South, and of course, the Junto Podcast.
Get an atmosphere or give you a glimpse into the atmosphere tonight. By the way, this thing is just starting. We know that it's going to get packed, and the game itself is going to be incredible. That's always a great rivalry. So
yeah, they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet, obviously, but folks. Online prior to maybe 2 years ago when he retired, it was written by Billy Woods. So it's going to be very interesting for no other reason than me and Billy are Cardinals fans and Chuck and Jonathan Grimes are Cubs fans. So you might get some rivalry there too.
Yeah. Wow. That is a trip. Lots and lots of cool history there. For everything that you have, all the history that you outlined for us and all of those things there. So it's really, really awesome.
It's not the longest rivalry in the state by any means. I'm pretty sure Fayetteville and Springdale have that one covered. But you know what? It's to me just increasingly meaningful to the people of Crittenden County. This game, and now it's rolling into some fun chapters now with the two football teams and certainly all of the other teams that compete with the name Patriot and Blue Devil on their chests.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I love the community atmosphere. I love the community vibe. I love how we can look past any type of rivalry, like you said, and really just focus on the community aspect. So we are just so thrilled for that. As you mentioned, we got some great guests that are going to be joining us tonight. We've got the vibe. Come on, I'm looking at the DJ on the ones and twos. He's got me chair dancing over here. So just really excited.
By the way, that's DJ Derek, by the way. He is the home game DJ, excuse me.
Yes.
For the Arkansas Razorbacks. I've seen his work 5 or 6 times in the past couple of years since I've moved up that way. He does it at Barnhill Arena too. The man is spectacular.
Come on.
Okay.
Exactly
I emulated him. Fun fact, I emulated him and his playlist in 2017 under a previous coaching regime.
Wow.
And it really got the team hyped and got some older people get mad at me. That's how I knew it was good.
Hey, anytime you're making the older saints, as we call them, the older saints, man, you know you're moving and grooving. Excited about that. And thank you guys for sticking with us. Share this. I'm getting confirmation on here. It's working now. I think it was something with the camera. So, hey, it's live. It's live. You guys know how anything that's live has the propensity to mess up. But, hey, we're thankful that we have a signal and that audio is good. But stick around with us. Share the stream. You can find it on the Hometown Showdown AR page, on my podcast page. Go back and rewatch it. I know a lot of you are here or making your way here, but we still want you to watch this as you're joining us tonight. And I hope you're hyped for this game, too, because I know I am.
All right.
Who's next? Who's up?
Well, we got them behind us. Let's send it to let's let them get in here. Let's send it to a different screen real fast so that they can hold on here. Let's get them in here.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're bringing in our next guest here. Really, really excited. Let these gentlemen have a seat, and then we can get this going on. Again, it's brought to you by the Junto Podcast tonight. Feel free to log on to juntopodcast.com. And we thank you guys very much for sticking around with us. We're going to let these guys get seated. All right. Hey, we'll let you see a little bit of behind the scenes. That's okay. That is okay. All right, gentlemen, how we doing? I'm here with Mike the Print Man Chesney and the man, the myth, the legend, Fred Leonard. Now I'm gonna ask you guys, speak into the mic. You're gonna have to speak close because we got a lot of stuff going on. But gentlemen, so far, how you feeling about what we have going on tonight?
Well, it's early, but it's promising. There's a lot of folks already out here. Everything looks good. Everybody put a lot of hard work in, and it shows.
That's right. It does show.
Well, Jeremy, I'll tell you what, I'm excited about this event. I'm excited about the opportunity just to be a part of it. Title sponsor along here with my buddy Mike Chesney, JRK Tailgate Party.
Yeah.
Look here. So far, everything looks great. Been working since 6 o'clock this morning.
Come on, man.
And I'm not quite done. I just forgot I didn't go pick up my mom. So,
what do you think, man? You think events like this are going to run themselves? You know, you got to get up early, man. But no,
that's right.
You know, we were talking a little bit about community, and talk to us a little bit about the community aspect of this event, because it's just so you can feel the ambiance, you can feel the vibe of what's going on. Great community atmosphere.
Well, I have talked to several people today, and they all said this was one of the biggest things that happened in the city, on both sides. So they were all excited about it. And, I was like, wow, that's, it's come full circle kind of.
Yeah.
Because it kind of started with nothing, and here we are today. And for somebody to say that, that's pretty good. More than one person, actually. So
good.
People are really excited about it. You get questions. That's part of the reason I'm kind of running behind, because people want to talk about it. They want T-shirts. I say, you got to go see my buddy Mike.
Yeah.
Get a T-shirt at this time. And so they're excited. Everybody's going around with the different tents and different food. It's just a great time, and it's a beautiful night for football and tailgate.
Come on, can you believe this weather? It's absolutely unbelievable. And Mike, man, tell us, man, I know you had to been busy this week. Come on, I bet the print shop was.
It's not just this week. Grandin gets us going early.
Come on.
Yeah. Grandin will be starting next year, probably in about 6 hours. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we've been busy. We've been blessed. Both communities. That's why we're so proud to be able to be a part of this, because both communities support us, and we are glad to put that support back.
Well, and it is a community event. We live in a very unique area, to where you're Trenton County, but you got Marion and you got West Memphis. And even though it's a rivalry, I think we all come together for the greater good, knowing that we want to represent the county. We want to represent Trenton County and make it the best it can be. And man, I'm just excited. Any special things about tonight, or maybe about the process that you want to share with us?
Well, the process, man, we can spend all day talking about the process, but the thing is, we're here now. Everything's set up, ready to go. See everybody's having fun. You can see all the things we have for the kids. It's an entire family experience here.
Right.
And also, based on these two teams coming together playing a football game.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. I guess you could tell that. I'm running on films, but I tell you what, I'm going the whole distance.
Hey, you should be. You are going the whole distance, man. And Grandin, man, you guys really put on a show. Tell us about the support that you received, and because a lot of people are like, well, what is the purpose? You guys are really giving back to the community. And for those that might not know, how do you use this to give back to the community?
Okay, so here's what we do. We've taken these two communities around this football game, and you can tell by all the different tent spaces here. And it's not just the ones that are tailgating today. We have others in the community and outside of this community have donated money for us to support these school districts.
Wow.
West Memphis School District, Marion School District, and the ASU Mid-South Community College.
Yeah. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you, man?
Again, we've been in business since 1980, and we've just been it's a privilege for us to give back because everybody's been supporting us for all these years. And it was when they first was talking about doing the tailgate, I was like, oh yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to give back.
Wow.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's easy to do, and it really makes a difference for people. This community kind of hurts for something to do.
Yeah.
Positive.
Absolutely. That's right.
And Jeremy, when you have three guys, Brandon, Mike, and myself,
Yes.
getting together and doing something of this magnitude, people look at us and they know our credibility, they know our character in the community, and hey, they want to be a part of it. I've had so many people say, how can I be a part of the team?
Yes, how can I be involved? And that's the thing. When you're doing something that is positive and it's creating not only a buzz, but you really feel like you're making a difference. It's something people want to be involved in. And I really appreciate you guys coming together, using your resources, because
That's right.
It's one thing to be in business, but I believe in the idea of stewardship, and that means that we use what we've been given to turn back to give to others. And I see that in JR&K Printing so much. Every sign out here, all the T-shirts, everything. It really is. It really shows that it's excellence right here in Crittenden County.
Right. Absolutely.
Everybody steps up and does what they are good at doing that. So,
Yeah.
We got Brandon, we got Fred.
Yeah.
I like to be behind the scenes more,
Yeah.
but I'm back there.
Hey, I'm looking at this pregame show right here and listening to Mike. Mike got some hidden talent.
No.
My boy coming out strong. Where was he?
No.
Where was he when we were on the podcast?
I'll definitely catch the next one.
I know.
People
I know.
telling me I missed the group picture. I said, look, I'm so busy. I said, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't really need to be in the picture.
There you go. Well, guys, real quick, I'm gonna ask might be the toughest question of the night. Who you got on the game? I know this is a hard one.
Yeah, I'll go first. I always like to go for the underdog, and from what I understand, Marion's got a little bit of an edge, so I'm gonna go for West Memphis.
Okay, you heard it right here, guys. Mike's going for West Memphis.
So Mike and I both serve both communities.
That's right.
Mike lives in Marion. I live in West Memphis. So I tell you what, both teams are well coached.
Yeah.
Coach Clark and Coach Hooks do a really good job with their football teams and program. Kids are excited, and I tell you what, when I flip the coin, it lands in the middle.
There you go.
Everybody's a winner.
Can you tell he's running for some kind of office or something?
Right.
No,
That's right.
I just kidding. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you both. It's going to be a great night. We're just getting started right here at the JR&K tailgate party. Come on out if you're not here yet. It's okay. We'll let you in the live stream, but come hang with us. We're going to be out here till 6:45. We got the official Arkansas Razorback DJ with us. He's bumping. In fact, he's going to make me chair dance in just a second. And, guys, it's a pleasure being with you tonight. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with another guest. Don't go anywhere.
Good job. Thank y'all. Y'all doing good. Y'all got a nice little setup right here.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We have more guests coming up. Stick with us. Landon West is going to be getting with the mayor of Marion, Tracy Brick. So stick around. Don't go anywhere for this interview.
All right.
All right, so you'll unmute 1 and 2. These two right here.
Okay, because I'm already on.
You'll hit 2 instead of 1.
That one? Okay.
What's going down, man? Look, you gotta have the wings and the more stuff down here.
You about ready, Doc? Okay.
They do a lot of work. A lot going in, and I'm getting back between flooding and water.
He said that the relationship between the city of Marion and the Marion School District was crucial, that it had to be there
in order for this to thrive. How has the relationship been in your short period of time as mayor, taking over for a mayor that was there when I was born, you know?
It was there several hundred years. We're not sure exactly how long.
Several hundred years. Now, my thought is that a public school system is the most important system that you have in a city. And if a city were to lose their public school system, then there goes your city. So Mayor Fogelman before me had a great relationship with the school district. I've known Fitter for a long time and have an excellent relationship with him. What does hand in with the vision that I have for the city and the vision that people want to get behind. And we're one of the only cities in the Delta that have grown in the last census, and we continue to grow. And a lot of that I attribute to a very strong school system, which goes right back to Dr. Finner and his staff and the school board there.
Absolutely. Anything you want to add to that? I know that that's a very important relationship for you.
Well, certainly it is the essence of what you try to do. You want your school system and your community to grow together, to thrive, to share opportunities, to take on challenges in partnerships. And I think that we've been able to do that. There's still a lot of opportunity for us to continue to grow, not just our school district, but our community. And Tracy and I have spoken about some of those opportunities, and sometimes the easy part's identifying the challenge. The difficult part is finding the resources to fix it. Yep. But we're all committed to doing that and seeing the community prosper in the process.
So, Mayor Brick, we were talking before, you've added a flurry of activity to the city of Marion, certainly on the courthouse square.
Right.
Could you speak to some of the events that we've seen there to bring the community together and what's coming down the pipeline?
Well, of course, the Chamber of Commerce is always first and foremost in their events that they do and different things that happen there. We've also had a group in town called the Moms of Marion, which is a group of young women, probably early 30s, that have taken it upon themselves to start doing events, and they're working hand in hand with the Chamber. What they've got going on right now in the square is a pumpkin patch. They've done yoga on the square. They've got a Christmas event coming up there. So what we really like is they're attracting the younger people to come out and visit in those events, while our chamber is working more towards our business people. So we've got a lot of activity going and a lot of people who've gotten really interested in being a big part of the city.
Absolutely. And Dr. Finner, I know it's business as usual in many regards running a school district, but for you, business as usual seems to be always something new. Anything that we have to look forward to moving forward?
Well, there are a number of areas that school districts have to continue to improve in all over the state and the nation. And first and foremost is anything you can do to attract and keep great teachers in the classroom. So you're going to see a lot of change in pay structure, in contract design. You'll see a lot of places even try to go back to the future, as it were, and even look at housing for teachers and things that add value to their experience here. But talent, attracting it, keeping it, growing it is the key to any success in any endeavor, and the school business is no different than that.
Well, tonight we got a big football game going to go on behind us. 2 5-1 teams coming together. What do you hope to see out of tonight? I don't necessarily mean the score. I think we know where the hearts lie, but what makes this event successful in your mind for these teams behind us?
Well, I tell you, this is the most heavily attended event in Crittenden County every year. And I think it speaks highly of Brandon Gray and Fred Leonard and the group that have worked so hard on this to bring Marion and West Memphis together. What I hope, of course, is that Marion wins, but I also hope that we have a good game and everything just happens the way it's supposed to. And we already start planning for 2024 when they're back on the Marion campus.
I know the Marion side's looking forward to that and hosting this again. Doc, same thing?
Well, extracurricular activities are a big part of every kind of experience that schools try to create for their students and their communities. So for us, first and foremost, we want our kids to represent our community appropriately. We want them to have a positive experience for themselves. It'll probably be a part of their memories until they die. Winning or losing is not as big as making certain that whatever you do it the right way. And I think in our sense, what we try to teach our kids is do the best you can, represent yourselves, your communities, your school in an appropriate manner, and the rest of it we'll have lessons for you for the rest of your life that you'll never forget.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both for joining us here on the pregame show, and we look forward to, as you mentioned, a wonderful game night, win, lose, or draw that uplifts Crittenden County.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to have you home.
I'm glad to be home. Folks, stick around. We're going to have our next segment. We're going to bring in the royalty from West Memphis as well and take a look at what's going on the south side of the rivalry. Stick around.
How you, sir?
All right, don't go anywhere. We are going to be back in just a second. We got Dr. Brown. Okay. You go ahead and have a seat. All right. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Great interview with Mayor of Marion, Tracy Brick, and of course, Dr. Fenner, who's been instrumental in helping navigate some of this stuff. And I'm excited to be with you tonight. We're going to let you see a little bit of the audience view real quick, and then we're going to get right back into this. All right. I am live here with Dr. Terrence Brown, the Wonder City. Dr. Brown, how are we doing today, my man?
I'm good.
Good to see you. You're going to have to get up close to that mic for me.
Okay, hold on to me.
Appreciate you being here tonight. Dr. Brown, how are you, my man? Thank you for joining us tonight. And tell us a little bit about your journey back to West Memphis, your history, and how we doing?
I'm first of all, I'm doing fine. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm happy to be back in West Memphis. I've been in education since 1990.
Wow.
And, it was 2 or 3 times. I had a small opportunity to come back, but I think now is the right time to be here and try to do some of the work that needs to be done.
Man, that's awesome.
With the school system.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you currently doing with the schools right now?
Well, I'm superintendent.
Superintendent, come on. Well, I appreciate that, Dr. Brown, and I know this is a very unique city, and I know being superintendent is a very challenging job. But tell us a little bit about this event right here. You know, what we were talking about earlier is that this is such a community event because even though there's a game rivalry between Marion and West Memphis, people come together and represent Crittenden County because we have a great county. How do you feel about all that?
I do think Crittenden County is a great county. It's I think it's a county that's poised for a lot of good things in Crittenden County. And I think we have an opportunity to really turn the corner in a lot of ways and be part of what people would describe as the New South. And so
I like
that.
that.
To be back in Crittenden County.
Yeah, that's great. You know, people don't understand, you know, being in education, it really is a calling. You know, it's a calling. I work at ASU Mid-South, and I know being at a college is a little bit different, but there's a lot of similarities here because I feel like, you know, when you're dealing with education, when you're dealing with the next generation, it really is a calling and it's not easy. How did you get involved, or what inspired you to not only get involved in education, but to pursue something like a superintendent, because that's an awesome responsibility.
And I guess I'll say that my mom was an educator. She taught in the West Memphis School District.
Wow.
And among the things that I thought to do was, everybody wants to be part of an important narrative, have an important job. And,
Yeah.
And education is an honorable job.
Yeah.
You'll hear me say from time to time, I've been telling the people that only the educated are free.
Yeah.
And so if you're educated by nature, you are a freedom fighter.
Wow.
And so it's an honorable thing to do. And you're planting seeds every day that won't bloom. Some of those seeds won't bloom until long after you leave this earth.
Man,
and so
yes.
education is an honorable job.
It absolutely is an honorable job. And going back to the seeds that you're talking about, that's one thing about it. And, if you're looking for instant gratification, sometimes you'll get that at a teaching, but you're right.
Some instant gratifications tonight after the fourth quarter. I do want to say that we want to be fully gratified after the fourth quarter.
Okay, so I'm guessing that I know who you're going with, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, he's going to pull for West Memphis, and I'll say this: I'm a Blue Devil, class of '97.
There you go.
Come on, we represent.
There you go.
Things changed when I had a daughter that started going to Marion. Just so it's like, man, I know, right? I know. But man, it is awesome, and of course we're gonna represent those Blue Devils and the Patriots, and it's crazy to see the history that these two teams have, that these two schools have, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it's unique. I don't think there's anything like it in the nation.
It's very few rivalries in school districts that are so similar in size. It rarely happens, and they not be in the same school district. It's a good rivalry, and it truly is a hometown rivalry. And considering the fact, because of a quirk of history, part of the Marion School District resides within the city limits of West Memphis.
Wow.
So it makes it a real different event. So that's just a quirk of history. So it is a hometown rivalry.
It is. It absolutely is, and we're thankful. We've seen a lot of improvements. We've seen a lot of things happening in the city of West Memphis, man, that it's just like, and I've lived here. I was born here, moved off, but moved back in the 10th grade. And you could basically say I've lived here all my life, but to see the things happening around Crittenden County, specifically West Memphis, it's very exciting. And then, of course, the things happening in Marion, it just makes me proud to be part of this community. So if you had a piece of encouragement, or if you had a word that you'd like to tell, or maybe even something about tonight, what would that word be, Dr. Brown, to inspire someone else?
Tonight, it's good, clean fun. It's good family fun. And with regard to the city of West Memphis and Marion, it's a time to be hopeful, and it's a time to really look forward and stake your claim to our future success.
Man, I like that. Yeah. I like that. We're not going to do it without education. We're not going to do it without
only the educated are free.
Come on, only
the educated are free.
Come on, and I'm glad to be in the pursuit of education. I'm always trying to improve, and as we all are. So I love that, Dr. Brown. We appreciate all you do with the West Memphis School District. I know you've impacted.
Happy to be here. This is a great event.
Yes.
Happy to be part of this event. I'm looking forward to being even bigger next year. And next year would be, if the Lord says the same, will be my first time in Marion. So I look forward to
come on, man. Absolutely.
To be in Marion next year.
Hey, I'm gonna say this because they talking about some fireworks tonight. So what if I don't hear no fireworks? No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna hear fireworks.
There'll be some fireworks.
We're gonna hear fireworks going off left and right. That's great. I'm glad to see West Memphis and Marion get behind this and really, and then the guys that Fred Leonard and Granny Gray and Mike Chesney, just to pull this off and to get others involved. It's a great thing. So
I want to thank Mr. Leonard. I saw Mayor Barnett here earlier. I think Mayor McClendon is on the way. And so those are the two mayors of the largest parts of my school district. So just want to thank them both, because they are all real supportive and wish Marion well. Marion is a sister city in some ways, so I do wish them well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you joining us. We're going to continue to be out here in the good vibes. I'm going to let my lovely camera lady get some footage of all the people. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more
Thank you for
guests
having me.
right here at the Hometown Showdown. Dr. Brown, Superintendent of West Memphis, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but she was listening. You did good. You did good. All right, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
T-shirt. So if you want a T-shirt, make sure you go over there and see them. Yeah.
You're going to use that first fight, 1, 2, 3. And you may have to check the game on them.
I learned.
And we're going to keep it on camera too.
Yeah. All right. Billy first. Do we have any more? If you do, bring them up here to the stage.
All right. Chuck, you got a handheld, right? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Fred Leonard State Farm Hometown Showdown tailgate, happening just on the east side of Hamilton Schultz Field here in West Memphis, and you wouldn't believe the cast of characters that we managed to scrap together for this segment. No, for real, these are three of my best friends and have been for a long time, as long as Marion and West Memphis have been playing ball together. We got Billy Woods, the former public relations guru for the West Memphis School District, who is in his second year of retirement. Second year of retirement for him. We've got Jonathan Crimes, former coach, assistant coach with the West Memphis Blue Devils, but now he is the principal of Marion Junior High School.
Moving on up.
Right.
Moving on up, yeah.
And we've got Chuck Livingston, who is a part of, with Jonathan Crimes, NPAN. He is a historian of epic proportions. If there's any question you have about Marion athletics, ask Chuck Livingston. So, former writer for Hoosiers, still doing that on the side, and now just a wealth of knowledge. Yes, wealth of knowledge. So, gentlemen, just to remind you, we need to be close to these mics as we're competing with DJ Derek. But tonight, 5-1 teams get together. We're going to talk about that to end it. This rivalry right here, as we know it today, began in 2006. And that story is that Marion had an economic boom. The AAA decided we're going to have 7 conferences, and the rivalry was born. That first game, how many of us were at it? Okay, that's what I thought. 28-25 in favor of West Memphis. Billy, what do you remember specifically about that night in 2006?
Franklin dominated the game.
Absolutely.
He leaped about 12 feet in the air to intercept the ball late in the game, and the momentum was with West Memphis early in that game, but in the latter portion of the game, Marion put a big scare into West Memphis. It was a great ending.
Yeah, it came down to a fourth and one decision that didn't go Marion's way.
12 men on the field.
Yep. And the rivalry was born. There could not have been a better first game for this. The years that followed were the West Memphis show, and that's just how it went. That's where Marion was at the time with the football program. That's a testament to where Lanny Dausch was, I think, with the West Memphis program those following years.
Yeah, I mean, Lanny picked up
right where Grafton Moore left off. I mean, Grafton won over 200 games in 20 years here in West Memphis. And when he retired and Lanny was hired, the first thing that Lanny said was, I just don't want to mess this thing up. It's going real well. And Lanny actually took it to another level.
Yeah.
And 3 consecutive years in the state championship game, and they played against probably 3 of the best teams of since the turn of the century, I would say. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
And that was quite a feat for West Memphis to do that.
And then it all went downhill, Billy, because he hired me after that. And we never made it back to the championship game.
That's funny. So, Coach Grimes, what were you offensive coordinator? What was your role on his staff?
To start off with Coach Dowks, I was working on the defensive side. Then I moved over to offense. And then when Coach Elmore came in, I worked with quarterbacks, little co-offensive coordinator.
So on the West Memphis side, that area in and around 2013 to 2014, 15, there was a lot of change going on at both schools.
Yes.
What was that like at the West Memphis side?
Man, it was difficult because you go from a run-oriented, ground and pound attack to putting 3 receivers on the field, and I don't know that we had one to put on the field. It was difficult sometimes, but our kids played hard. But and they was transition on both sides, like you said, going from Mark Uhiren to Jed Davis. It was difficult for both schools. It's a huge transition in that aspect of going from one philosophy to another. But both sides were doing what they could to try to do the best they could.
And to me, it has always been amazing how these two schools ebb and flow at the exact same rate. When there's one coaching change, the other team seems to go through it as well. When there's a change in philosophy, offensively, defensively, whatever, the other team goes through it as well. And that's made for some terrific series. Chuck, can you speak to some of the games, the most notable games, maybe since 2015 or so, when we've really seen this series tighten up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was, like you said earlier, it was kind of the West Memphis show, kind of the late 2000s, and even the early 2010s, they got a little closer. Mm-hmm. Billy and Mr. Crimes can speak more to that. But, I think about, 2018, that was Coach Keith Houston's first year at Marion. West Memphis has to stop a 2-point conversion to tie the ball game that night. About a minute and a half left in the game. The next year here, 2019, was an overtime ball game, and Marion's got an 8-point lead with like 34 seconds left after a pick 6. I mean, I think we all thought that was probably going to shape up to be, the year. Great drive by West Memphis, and the 2 to tie the ball game. West Memphis wins it in overtime by 1. 2020 is a West Memphis win, not very memorable. And of course, the last 2 years are my favorite games of the whole thing. Me personally, but 2021 here, finally getting over the hump against a great program, 33-3, and then last year more than 7,000 people at Southern Bancorp Stadium for a thriller. It was 16-12 Marion win, but I think it's best when it's close. We've seen them both ways now. This is a great community, and we all love it here. Yep. And when everybody's kind of on the same page and cheering for their team is when it's really fun. And last year was fun for many reasons, but because it was a great ball game. I think it'll be the same tonight.
So, Coach Grimes, I know you could probably speak to this. What was it in 2021 that got Marion over the hump?
Well, I think it was just confidence. It's just confidence that our kids knew that they could come out here and compete. And I tell you, the other thing is there was an emphasis put within our school district of we're going to compete at a high level no matter what it is, whether it's athletics or band or academics or any other extracurricular activity. We're going to put every asset we have out there. We're going to give you every opportunity to be successful. And once we started doing that and our kids knew that we were behind them 100% to put everything in their corner so they could be successful, our kids really took off with it.
Now, Billy, what maybe you're still in tune with this, even though you're retired. What steps do you think West Memphis has taken to kind of answer, maybe put together an answer tonight to the 2-year skid?
Well, I think you have to look at the quarterback, Keelan Mills, a senior, 2-year starter, and he has got a live arm. He can throw the deep ball extremely well, and he's got 2 really good receivers, one of which is Dylan Greer, who's a 3-year starter and a returning All-State player. And they've got some capable running backs, but West Memphis, it all starts with the offense. The defense wants to play They want to make sure that they don't give up quick scores. They want Marion to have to work for whatever touchdowns or scores that they get. But it's all about, to me, it's Keelan Mills. And I forgot to mention, Keelan not only has